What's going on, y'all? This is Boots, Bootsy Too Fly. Listen, y'all, for my peoples, look, I am vegan. I have been vegan 6 years. I started off pescatarian, man. Look, I grew up sick. You know what I'm saying? I grew up sick. Whoever my parents was, I don't know who they are, but look, uh, I think they were on heroin from what I seen from the adoption paperwork years ago when I was younger. So I stayed sick, man. My immune system was shot. You know what I'm saying? As a child. Let me tell y'all this, man. Watch what you are eating. The government does not care about you. They don't care. The politicians don't care. The FDA, Food and Drug Administration, does not care. A little bit about me, man. What started me to really watching what was eating, because I know this is like we're getting close to Thanksgiving, right? So we're basically getting close to Thanksgiving, and what I noticed was that every single year when Thanksgiving came, I would stuff myself, uh, stuffing, turkey, chicken, uh, all kind of cakes and pies. And I know it's good. I know we grew up like this. A lot of our memories, just like my memories, come from the holidays. Thanksgiving, Christmas, all the candy from Halloween, and New Year's. You're eating and eating and eating. This is basically what's going on. The human body, you don't need that many meals. To be honest with you, man, we was just raised that way. You know what I'm saying? We was raised in being told to eat three basic meals. And some people eat three to four meals technically. You're eating snacks, you're eating breakfast, lunch, dinner, then you may snack. It's no way that you're not giving your body a chance to recover. That's why I do intermittent fasting. I usually do like a smoothie with sea moss in the mornings. Um, I'll add herbs, natural herbs. And then I had to stop eating lunch. So I quit eating lunch, stop eating meat, kind of got off the fish. And I just want to see what it would make my body do. Uh, when I grew up, my foster mom, they would always give me a lot of dairy products like cereals, too much milk and cheese. What kind of made me think was one time I was at my grandma's house, over on the west side of Atlanta. She stayed in a high rise. Uh, and man, I'm talking about, man, so I had a cousin that was there too. So she was babysitting me one time. I was a little kid. So I would always get this little craft cheese from her, and I would eat the cheese straight up, just like I eat bread straight up when I had the munchies or something back in the day. And the food was a little bit different back then, but that cheap government stuff and that all that cheap stuff, it was trash because one day we took a slice of cheese out of the pack, right? So we take the slice of cheese out the pack and we stuck it over the stove. And we was like, yeah, my cousin said, yeah, man, I like mine melted. You know what I'm saying? So, I guess he's trying to melt the cheese a little bit because it was so hard. We couldn't figure out why it was so hard. Well, cheese is supposed to melt when you stick cheese over, the stove. So we stick the cheese over the stove, and the next thing I know, it doesn't even melt. It turns black. Years later, we found out that wasn't cheese, man. That wasn't even real cheese. It was like wood. It's actual wood. Wood burns. So this is what they're putting in your food. They got plastics in your food. They got meat filler, which is glue. You know what I'm saying? They put that to hold the meat together. Like if you see that in your steak, or you see that in your beef, or you could see that on certain meat products. Uh, with dairy, you never know what part of the animal is sick. You know what I'm saying? There's also a video. It's a little documentary that actually made me switch. A firefighter told me, a black firefighter in Hapeville on the south side near the Atlanta airport one day. I went to get something to eat, and he told me, hey, man, me and my wife cold turkey stopped eating all that stuff. And he told me to go watch What the Health. And this was years ago. When I saw it, I called up one of my cousins, called up one of my boys and say, hey man, you need to turn on Netflix or whatever that was on at the time. You need to watch this documentary. And they basically explaining that the things that you're eating is making you sick. And also the government is poisoning you as well. We ain't even got to talk about COVID. You know what I'm saying? All these things they're putting out here to make you sick. They know how long you're supposed to live. They know you're eating 2-3 meals. You got too much sugar. You got too much salt. When I used to go to these mom and pop shops up the street, have you noticed they put French fries in everything? We're not really supposed to be eating all that. Not at that level of eating French fries with every meal. I watch people get hot wings, fries, and they take that little shaker with the seasoned salt, man, and just shake it all over the place. You're not supposed to have that much salt, bro. You don't need that much salt, young lady or young man. You know what I'm saying? They put sugar in everything. They put milk in everything. You got to watch the back of these labels. And some people, they're like, well, I don't eat pork. Okay, well, you eat Doritos, right? You ever looked at the back of those labels? They got blue dye, red dye, yellow dye. Why do you have all these dyes in the food? This is not food. These are all chemicals. You know what I'm saying? No wonder everybody's sick. The diabetes don't run in your family. You're feeding the cancer with too much sugar. You're not cleansing your body. You're eating too much. You're overeating. You're not cleansing it out. You have to cleanse the body in order to, you got to sit on the toilet. You got to pee many times a day. You got to drink fluids. You got to learn about the vitamins, the herbs, the minerals that your body's supposed to be getting. They are making us sick. They trained us to be sick, but it's up to us to reverse that. A lot of these illnesses, it starts in the gut. You know what I'm saying? So you eat for Thanksgiving, think about it. You got chicken, you got turkey, you got dressing, then that's bread. You got cake, that's more bread. You might got sweet potato yams, that's potatoes, that's starch. You may have sweet potato pie, that's another starch. Your body doesn't know how to process all this stuff at one time. They are making you sick. They trained you to be sick. You understand what I'm saying? You have to unlearn that bull and you got to retrain your mind first. And then make sure y'all getting out and walking, man. Get out and walk. You don't have to go hard if you don't want to. You ain't got to do too strenuous. I know everybody's schedule is crazy. Things are happening. You got kids, you got bills, you got whatever. Try to get out and walk every now and then, just a little bit a day. Start stretching, because if you don't do that, your body's going to think you're older than you are. Like, look at me. I got gray hair, but I can still move around. I had to retrain myself. You got to want to do it. It's not a every now and then thing. It's a lifestyle. You understand what I'm saying? You can't just say, oh, I'm trying to get a summer body. Oh, I'm trying to lose this weight for the summer. Well, what you going to do? Eat it back on? You're going to put the weight back on that you lose? You just defeated yourself. You know what I'm saying? So, it's not a lifestyle. Well, what I'm saying, it's a lifestyle, but it's not a flash in the pan. What I mean, being in shape, trying to eat better, if you want to be around, I know things can happen, but at least try to get a little bit at a time, a little bit of exercise each day, a little bit. You don't have to stretch. Maybe go for a brisk 15-minute walk for the fellas, for your testosterone, man. Do some push-ups, man. Push-ups, dips. Get a little bit of weight in every now and then, or just walk. Light stuff, man. You ain't got to go crazy. Just a little bit each day. It's going to add up, man. But for all my people, man, watch your diet. Start reading the back of those labels, because the government, they're gonna sell you anything. And that milk is going to make you sick because it makes mucus in your body. The more mucus, the more problems. There's just a few tips from Boots. I probably got more to come. I'm out of here. Peace.